is not good for our Zerg player.
Yeah, Whoopassjoe has kind of dug himself, just keeps digging himself more and more of a bigger and bigger hole. He didn't drone up very much in the early game, and instead decided to build a few extra units, and then pushed in and lost a lot of his units, overcommitted his attack. He does have nice creep spread, and I like that, but really, getting to your opponent's base faster is not always the greatest thing if you just immediately die. Although
Oh,
Whoopassjoe is going for a nice run around here toward the third, and it looks like he's going to do a lot of damage from the third, and this might be exactly what he needed to do. Come back into this game, but he still needs to get that fourth base up.
he wants to make sure not to lose this army, otherwise it will not have been worth it even to kill all those probes. And he does make it away, doesn't let himself get cornered by this Protoss army. So looking at the worker count, it's evening out a little. Actually, no, it's greatly in Whoopassjoe's favor now, 53 to 40. So great job there. Killed a bunch of probes, cut the Eon his economy like in half for a good minute or so there, or maybe 45 seconds, but still, that was a very substantial, very cost-effective attack right there. But I think he really needs to just switch out of this composition, because with this many Immortals and Colossi, really, I mean, Roaches just aren't going to do the trick.
Well, he does have to. I think he needs to certainly scout a little better. These Colossi, he really does need. I think mutas could serve him quite well in this situation, as there's very little anti-air, save for a few sentries. Although there are kind of a lot of sentries, they don't do that much damage. If you had enough mutas, you could do a lot of damage to this
Actually.
Colossus Void Ray composition. And if you don't give your opponent enough time to switch into Phoenixes, then that can do a lot of damage to this kind of unit composition. And if you just switch into a big Mutal Ling composition now, I think he'd be in pretty great shape, but that's very, very difficult with the economy that he has.
I think the only reason he's still going Roach Hydra is look at the upgrades. He's at 3-3, as opposed to his opponent at 1-1. So that is actually huge. These Void Rays against these Hydras aren't going to do a whole lot, unfortunately. I don't know about these Void Rays. I'd maybe use them for some harass, as some of this creep is decently well connected, but yes, Whoopassjoe, you're lagging a little bit. It's not too bad, though. I guess you can't hear me, though, but oh, never mind, it's Eon. Anyway, so here he goes in with his 3-3 Roach Hydra force here, and this is going to be a battle of the ages. It's going to come down to control. The supplies are slightly in the favor. Oh, here we go. He's going to be attacking the third, lower ground third again. He's going to kill all of these probes, or the vast majority of them anyway. Take out this command center, or excuse me,
Oh,
Nexus.
xEONx pushes the Colossi and Void Rays in there by themselves, and then he pushes out no force fields, weird force fields, some force fields that don't necessarily help him, letting himself lose an Immortal for no reason. It looks like Whoopassjoe finally has the just the sheer numbers to survive most of these attacks, except those force fields on the ramp are very nice, although Whoopassjoe is getting a lot of kills, and if he just
Uh-oh.
circles around, oh, but he's going to push up anyway, getting his army cut off. That's not what you want as Zerg, really not what you want. More force fields coming down, cutting off more and more of Whoopassjoe's army. He actually could have done quite a bit of damage there, but he kind of engaged in pretty much the least optimal position you could engage in.
Well, the last place you want to engage Protoss in is a choke. Especially as a Zerg, you want to get those nice big arcs. So trying to push up that ramp was really ambitious, especially knowing there was like a bunch of sentries up there. So that was not the best decision making right there. So hopefully in the future, hopefully they'll watch this VOD and pick up a thing
That's
or two, and maybe and make a better decision next time.
That's true, but it is 4 base to 2, and looks like xEONx is going to have to do something. The creep is at his base. All of these units coming in once again. Force field splitting the army in half, pulling his units back, but there's not anywhere near enough for xEONx to continue to defend against these massive barrages of Zerg units. And it looks like Whoopassjoe is going to take it. EONx GG's. I think that was really quite well played by Whoopassjoe, although I think if he had sort of accelerated his expansion timing, that could have been even better, because there were some points when he was looking pretty vulnerable.
Yeah, it's I really wasn't expecting Whoopassjoe to take that. I think Eon let him macro up a little bit too much. If Eon would have been a little bit more aggressive, I think he could have taken that game quite decisively. So just a little bit.